Please welcome to the stage, Executive Vice President Bharat Malhotra.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is so great to have everybody here. Hopefully, everybody got to go to Reggie's keynote. It was awesome. It was the first time I saw it as well. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I want to thank everybody for coming. Today is, for me, every year, one of the most exciting times of the year. And the reason is really simple. We get to show you all the work that we've done over the last year with feedback from you and what the product has become. So that's what my colleagues are going to do today, and it really is exciting, especially with all the AI stuff that we're talking about. Before that, I like to do a few things that are fairly standard every single year. The first one is give you a year in review. What has happened on the Cvent Supplier Network in the Hospitality Cloud in 2024? So we did $18 billion of sourcing in 2024. That comes across in roughly almost 50 million room nights. We did 2 million searches, which is somewhere around, 5,500 to 6,000 searches a day. That puts it into 154 million impressions of all the profiles that you have on the network globally. We created 2 million diagrams in our social tables, our diagramming product. 15 million room reservations in Passkey, and a little bit over 900,000 RFPs managed in our BT platform. Virtually every metric is in the right direction, and there's growth. So it's exciting to see that for our industry. Now, every year, I also share some other response metrics. And the notion of it is fairly similar, and I'm seeing improvement, which is great. And this is something that you've taught us, and we just took what you taught us and put it into numbers. So this may be repetitive, but one of the things I love about my job is we're in the business of giving you business. And what's even more important to me is I can tell you to do things that don't cost a penny that will make you 5, 6, 7, 8 figures to your top line. And I'm pretty confident about that because I've seen it not dozens, but hundreds of times. So the first one, I think you're the ones who taught us, well, the first one to respond usually wins the business. So let me just tell you what the number was in 24, 23, and 2022. It's no surprise that if you're first to respond, you almost have a 6 times better odds of winning the business than if you were 8th to respond. Now imagine if you were 10th or 12th or 13th to respond. So that's the quick response effect. Not shocking at all. Now the cool thing about this is, I never showed you in the past, what does it take to be first to respond? Well, if you want to be first to respond, and you respond in 4 hours and 10 minutes, well, statistically, you'll win more RFPs if you respond to all your RFPs, easy or hard, within 4 hours. And we have customers that do that, and they see unbelievable results. Now, the good thing about this is everything is moving in the right direction. The green represents the change that we've seen over the last few years. Now, my hope is with AI and some of the tools you see, these numbers will get better. Tip number 2, the bid rate effect. I don't think this is going to be shocking, but a bid is simply the ability that you submit a rate to earn the business from a meeting planner. So when I say, hey, the more you bid, the more you will win, it's probably not going to be shocking to anybody versus turning down an RFP. You, of course, will never win that one. So you'll see over here, obviously, the more you bid, the more RFPs that you'll win. So we decided to look at a couple hundred of our top customers. We looked at the top 200 customers, and we said, okay, well, what's going on in their world? So we looked at the data from 22 to 24, and you'll see that there's a 6% improvement in RFPs. Their bid rate went up 12%, and the bid rates were historically a bit low because of COVID and some of the remnants of after COVID, but it's getting up to, I think, better levels now. 6% improvement in RFPs, 12% improvement in bid rate. Average bids went up 39%, but the amount of awarded value went up 53%. And I would venture to say, even if your RFPs were flat, but your bid rate went up, you would win more RFPs and you would win more dollars. So that's the second tip. The third one, how many venues are copied in an RFP? And I feel there's always this myth that, oh, because of technology, you can add so many venues and everything. And while that may make common sense and it's logical to assume that, let me just share some numbers with you. 75% of the RFPs on the network, they go to one metro area. That number used to be 82%, but I think since COVID, people had to explore different destinations, so it went down a little bit. So 75% go to one metro area. On average, roughly 10 venues are copied. And this includes an NSO, GSO forwarding the RFP, CVBs including other venues that may be pertinent, all qualified perhaps, but this includes that number. 1 doesn't respond. 3 turn it down. The average RFP, 75% of the RFPs get 6 bids from Cvent. In fact, it's like 5.7 bids from Cvent. So this is what it looks like. Mathematically, this means your odds of winning a piece of business are 17% when you bid. Now, you layer that on with bidding more, and being first to bid, you can see how the math makes sense. What I love about this, and I hope people are doing this, is behind every RFP, there's a story. So we have access, we are in a very privileged position that we have access to a lot of information. So we looked at an RFP. This is an RFP, $250,000, so not a small RFP by any stretch of the imagination. The planner was flexible. Yes, they put that in there. And we will see events being awarded for hours away, all the way to months away. But then what I noticed in this RFP, as I do in hundreds of RFPs, thousands of RFPs, that it was turned down in less than a minute. Now, I don't believe that you can do that much research in less than a minute, particularly when the planner is flexible. You like that, huh? Good. I wasn't trying to be funny, but great. But here is what is really important. We will look at the RFP as that one unique instance. To me, there's a story. What was really missed? Well, that planner, not even the organization, did 15 RFPs, 11,000 room nights, worth $4 million. So my hope is, of course, you're engaging with that planner, even though the RFP was turned down so quickly. But that's the third tip. That doesn't cost a penny to go and dive in and figure out what's going on. And of course, I have to talk about AI, but I'll give a personal story. And you'll hear a lot about it today. You probably heard a lot about it in Reggie's session. I had a milestone birthday in March. It was 50. Thank you. I know I don't look it. I know that. Thank you. I can see the faces. What? I can see the surprise. But I decided, wow, this is great. I decided to take the people I love most, is my parents, my sister, her husband, my 2 best friends, their families, somewhere in the world with me. I was paying for everything. My wife and I were paying for everything. And I knew they would say yes. And it didn't really matter what they wanted, because it mattered what I wanted, because it was my 50th. So in November of last year, I went into ChatGPT, and I started searching for remote locations somewhere in the world. I just wanted to be us. I wanted to be somewhere remote and everything. I realized that was a little aggressive because it was proposing Antarctica and everything. But then I said, let's do a desert location. I've never spent many days in the longest dunes in the world or the largest sand dunes in the world, so I asked for that. And then I said, okay, it's taking me all over the world, and that's reasonable, but you know what? People are coming from London, from Amsterdam, from New Delhi, from Washington, D.C., and New York. So direct flights and convenient flights has to be there. I put that in, and it gave me these 5 results, and we've got to spend 10 of the most beautiful days of my life celebrating the people I love most at the Qasr Al Sarab. Now, I knew somebody there, so of course it was a magical experience. But even in Google, which we are so dependent on, that would have been a multi-hour experience. This was a 45-second experience that literally gave me exactly what I wanted, and I got to go and dive in, and I was able to book the venue very easily and the destination. And that's what you're going to hear about today. And I want you to think, if this is changing in our personal lives, what's the business implication of this going to be? With that said, I want to introduce my colleague, Jim Abramson. Him and the team are going to walk you through all the amazing, cool stuff. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate you.
All right, hello, everybody. How you doing? How's everybody doing today? Yes. I wanted to start with sharing that I'm a parent of boy and girl twins. They just graduated high school last week. And of course, thank you. Thank you. And of course, we've been spending a lot of time celebrating with our friends, family, and also talking about the future, of course. And so much of their future, and with all the Gen Zs, is going to be impacted by AI. And so will our industry's future. And for me, I already see it happening on a regular basis with my daughter. She's talking into her phone, into ChatGPT, just like she'd be talking to you or me. Sometimes it feels like even more than she's talking to me. But this is not something that's coming soon. The future starts now. And we all see it, the market's changing very fast, feels like almost daily. AI is a disruptor, and all of us here, we must embrace AI. And there's a famous quote out there, if you haven't heard it, it says, innovate or die. And I think the only thing that might be worse than death is irrelevance. And so it might sound a little dramatic, but we are going to innovate together, and we are going to thrive. So we're in the early days of AI, and we need to know, who are we designing and building solutions for? It's these millennials and Gen Zs that are your hotel staff, your planner clients, everyone in our industry. And what you see here is our recent Cvent planner sourcing report. You can see 70% of the planner respondents were millennials or Gen Zs. I also wanted to share this quote here from the CEO of Hootsuite, which is a B2B social platform. She says, "How we conduct business today is no longer going to work in the future for the millennials and Gen Zs." And of course, you can see it all changing right now. So for this example, it's Google's AI called Gemini. You may have noticed at the top of your Google search results, you see this with their AI overviews, and it's pushing down all their historical search results that you normally would see. And so in the past, I would probably go to there and I'm looking to find something. I'm looking to find a restaurant or a florist. But now I can ask for help and advice, like, help me make this presentation funnier. Well, obviously it didn't work. Or did it? Or, I'm asking for advice like what to say to my wife when I know she had a bad day. And Google now just recently launched their AI mode, so if you want to see their AI experience alone, you can do that. And now we're also seeing it in the travel space. This is Booking.com's AI trip planner, where using your own words, you can go and ask for things like, I'm looking for accommodations for a week in Paris, $200 a night, and then instantly see their AI results. So now that you've seen a couple examples of how AI are changing things, I'd like to share the 4 foundational things that AI you'll see in our product roadmap today that power our innovations that are going to change how you, your staff, and your clients get their jobs done. So first here is understanding the importance of content. Content powers the success of AI, and everything that you see with content and data powers its responses. So it's critical for you to update your CSN venue profile. Make sure you have the best content out there. 3D, floor plans, rates. And that's going to be used to then create a personalized experience, leveraging your content to drive more qualified business. And we hear that from a lot of you. I want more qualified leads. And this also is going to give you the ability to go target the types of planners, the types of events that you're looking for, and coming soon, giving you the ability for Cvent to now recommend your venue or your destination to planners. Third is summarizing data and giving actionable insights, where AI can help identify exactly what you need for you to improve your business. And finally is productivity, saving you and your team those precious minutes to be able to go and get your jobs done faster, so it gives you more time to spend with clients. I heard recently from a VP of sales and marketing said their Gen Z staffers are getting really frustrated because it's taking them like 3 hours to do something that should really only be taking them 30 minutes. And so they said, we need better technology so that we know we can get things done much faster, and AI can help. You heard this morning in Reggie's keynote, we launched Cvent IQ. It's the next big evolution in our Cvent technology stack, bringing together our unmatched industry expertise with our proprietary data and insights, powered by the smart technology of generative AI, machine learning, and natural language processing. And all of that designed to work with our products to help make those time-consuming, complex tasks simpler. And we're investing in AI in all of these areas to help you attract and convert more business, manage that business more effectively, and then ultimately improve your business. And for those of you that aren't yet using that term, AI agents, you soon will. And what they are is essentially digital assistants that can handle tasks for you. Think of it kind of like you have an unlimited amount of interns to help you. And Cvent are building this for planners and suppliers, for planners to help them find the perfect venue for their event, and help them collaborate with hotels to diagram out the event space and manage room blocks. And of course, we're building AI agents for suppliers to help you attract and connect with more qualified planners, increase conversion with personalized proposals to win more business, and ultimately help you more easily execute your events. And today you're going to see all the innovations that we're making to help your team win and execute more group business, starting with improving your outbound sales funnel. And that's going to help you use new proactive tools to connect with planners who are ready to source. Next, to boost your inbound sales funnel with the Cvent Supplier Network. It's going to help you more easily reach those planners who are actively looking to source venues like yours. Then once you've connected with those planners, we're gonna help you find and close those deals faster. And finally, we're gonna be making it even easier for you to collaborate, to diagram out the event space with planners, and easier to manage your room blocks. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk you through each of these 4 areas. We're gonna go through one at a time. And right now, to kick us off, sharing how we can improve your outbound sales funnel, please give a big Texas welcome to Brent.
Thank you, Jim. I am happy to share the entry point of the event lifecycle journey, knowing your ideal audience. Cvent's Group Pipeline Intel, or GPI, gives hotel insights like never before. And don't worry, CVBs, we have a solution for you as well. Cvent Destinations Intel, or CDI, so you'll experience these updates as well. GPI provides intel on your RFPs, your market, your sales team, and your prospecting efforts. Imagine upgrading your daily business reviews by knowing the ADR that your comp set typically bids. Your owner meetings are gonna be a breeze as you're gonna know everything about your market and your comp set. How's your sales team performing? You'll know who's keeping rate integrity, who's responding to RFPs the fastest, and much more. Last, GPI will transform your team's prospecting efforts. While I could talk about all 4 features within GPI, I'm gonna focus on the prospecting feature, which we call Planner Navigator. If your sales managers are anything like mine, they're not prospecting every day. I get it. It's hard work to find the right person, let alone that person picking up the phone. Prior to joining Cvent, I had a career in hotel sales. It was my experience hotels typically prospect when one of 2 things are happening. Hotels behind pace, and your owner wants to know, hey, what's the sales team doing to find new business? Or we do a sales blitz. Stack the deck with contacts we know are gonna pick up the phone. We're all busy, trying to do more with less. So allow Cvent to give your sales team precious hours back in their day, all while finding these qualified planners to call on. Here are a few examples on how my team prospected. Reader boards. You're getting a list of business that your hotel has already lost. Or maybe you're going through a turndown report. Second guessing that Tuesday one-nighter you turned down in 2023 will miraculously consider arriving on a Monday now. Or maybe even a Sunday, but that never happens anymore. Using something outside the norm like CoStar. But what do these all have in common? They're time-consuming and rarely bear fruit. It's 2025. Let's leverage technology and most notably AI. This is gonna take your prospecting from a burden to a best practice. Our first update is going to speed up your entire prospecting journey. Prospecting Assistant can send your sales team a curated list of recommended planners directly to their inbox. With just a single click, you can view all of their information. And because it's the planners who provided these details, we know it's the most accurate and up-to-date. The Prospecting Assistant summarizes each planner as well, so if the planner and their events fit the need of your hotel, this alone is going to save time. Cvent IQ goes one step further, creating an outreach email for your sales team to review, edit, then send. Finally, once you've reached out to that planner, Prospecting Assistant is going to provide you with similar planners so you can continue your journey. All right, good old star report. Let's be honest. What's the first thing you do when you see a bad star report? You're gonna go find a terrible group on a reader board and tell your GM and owner, yeah, the star's bad, but we didn't want that dance group anyway. In fact, hotels tell me that all the time. That's the main reason they're using a reader board service, for star justification, not prospecting. Sound familiar? At Cvent, we're gonna change this with our event booking calendar. Our event booking calendar is going to provide historical and future definite bookings for your set and your market. You're now going to be able to forecast an upcoming star report, and it'll provide more accurate information on the type of booking. So no more guessing simply based on the name of a group on said reader board. Even with the planner and event data, there's still a piece of the prospecting equation missing, and we're going to help you with that too. Organization View gives hotels and chains the ability to strategize what accounts they should invest their prospecting efforts. You're never gonna have to ask your sales manager again, well, did you ask the planner if they have other meetings? Because Organization View is going to give you those answers. Having a variety of views when prospecting allows you to better understand your business from different perspectives. But we hear you. You want more qualified planners to prospect. So we've expanded our planners to meet. So you can now prospect planners sourcing your competing markets. With this recent release, each customer has seen their planners to meet nearly double. And keep in mind, these are brand new planners that you've never worked with before. Allow GPI to help with owners' meetings, daily business reviews, KPI for your sales managers, and as I just shared, give strategic data so your teams will do what I consider smart prospecting. The days of dialing for dollars is over. And now, I'd like to introduce Lauren Swenson and Josh Davis, who will take us through filling your sales funnel with inbound business.
You just heard Brent talk about how sales teams use Planner Navigator and Group Pipeline Intel to proactively identify planner prospects. However, you and your teams are probably most familiar with the inbound side of the process, managing your Cvent Supplier Network profile and responding to planner RFPs. Over the last few years, we've kept you updated on our efforts to completely modernize the Cvent Supplier Network with the goal of driving more planner adoption and in turn delivering you more RFPs. Josh, where are we with those efforts now?
We're excited to announce that our efforts have culminated in a top-to-bottom refresh from the RFP management side of the house to the search experience. We're ushering the industry into the next generation of sourcing and positioning our technology to take advantage of the AI revolution with Cvent IQ.
Last year, we showed our new search results pages to feature a deeper integration with maps and a brand new RFP management interface for planners that included new ad placements. This year, we've refreshed our supplier profiles and released a new search homepage to improve planners' experience.
Now let's take a deeper look at profiles, the main way planners qualify properties. We wanted to create more experiential profiles that allow you to show off more of your content in a fully integrated way. To help improve your ability to track qualified business, we're making it easier for planners to find diagramming, 3D and need dates, and soon-to-be-released blackout dates.
We're now featuring all the ways a planner can send you business. If you bring your attention to the right side of the screen, you'll see the traditional add to RFP path, instant booking options, and available promotions. We've made all three easily accessible when a planner explores your profile. These efforts to overhaul supplier profiles are critical because it turns out planners aren't just reviewing your profiles when they're sourcing. They're coming back to your profile to dive in deeper when comparing bids, spending time evaluating content like diagrams, images, and lighting to determine the winner. We're ultimately in the experiential business, so who you are is as important as what you propose. So make sure your profile represents you as completely impossible and leaves an impression.
If profiles are important, not just for getting the RFP, but also for winning it, how are we helping you stand out more? Starting this year, we're adding 2 more key areas to the profile. First up, it's widely understood that planners care deeply about sustainability when organizing their events. We've received feedback that we could improve the visibility of your sustainability offerings. As a result, we've partnered with Because, a global leader in sustainability data for the hospitality industry.
Through this integration, we're incorporating a new sustainability area to your profiles, dedicated to all the unique strategies you have, including certifications. This gives planners confidence in your ability to host environmentally conscious events. Starting with the sustainability certified leaf icon at the top of the profile, it's immediately clear to planners that you're committed to environment or corporate social responsibility efforts. Thousands of venues are already Because subscribers, which means this information will automatically upload to their profile. But if you're not already partnered with Because, don't worry. We'll soon have profile management options that ensure you're able to upload your sustainability details in your account.
That sounds great, Lauren. Now let's talk about another great new content opportunity. Last summer, we announced the acquisition of Reposit, a software company specializing in production vendor experience and restaurant sourcing that leverages AI to match planners with these kinds of unique suppliers. Planners have told us this is a great way to differentiate yourself with the partnerships and on-site vendors you have special relationships with. So later this year, we're going to allow you to display those partners directly on your profile.
Have a unique restaurant or rooftop bar that you can leverage? Or a close relationship with a restaurant down the street that's perfect for team offsites? Maybe you've partnered with companies who can provide on-property experiences like yoga or escape rooms. Or destinations you often want to highlight a number of unique spaces, like the Creamery, where we'll have an event this evening.
These partnerships help venues and destinations stand out from the competition and allow you to consider brand new partnership strategies to attract and win group business. Best of all, we'll help you track when planners are interested in these services and vendor partners, so you can show your partners how you're helping them drive business, an industry win-win.
So that's a brand new profile design to help you show off your venue or destination, a new way to consider profiles, not just a means for getting RFPs, but for winning them, and 2 new ways to stand out, through sustainability and unique vendor partnerships. But Josh, that begs the question, how do I get this content in front of planners that I want to source to my venue or in my destination?
From the inception of CSN, we've been asked by hotels and destinations how to target planners or event attributes. And finally, we're going to make that a reality. Later this year, we will give you the ability to choose the criteria for the kind of business you want, including planner and RFP attributes. When a planner or event is a match, we'll move your CSN listing to the top of results. For example, you tell Cvent you're looking for RFPs for June 2026 that are 200 rooms or peak. A planner fills out their RFP with that information, then searches on CSN in the city you're located in. You're a match. So we'll move your venue to the top of their results, where it's easier for them to find you. Our data suggests the first position in results can get up to 7 times the number of RFPs as the 25th, even though both are on page 1.
We'll have more details to share later this summer, so keep an eye out, as we'll have limited inventory depending on the market. Now, there's one major area that ties together the content that you have and the targeting you'll now be able to perform, and that's with AI. Josh, can you share the details?
Of course, Lauren. As we shared last year, our first AI search release was focused on making it easier for planners to search through CSN by just typing in what they want instead of being limited to a city search and filters. That's why we created our keyword search powered by Cvent IQ. And based on positive planner feedback, we're working on phase 2, which will allow planners to search off all the content you have in your profiles. Now, every media, every feature, every partner, literally every word will be searchable.
Being able to feature all of those elements on your profile is going to be critical to ensure that you're showing up in the results no matter how a planner is searching. Imagine missing out on the perfect RFP, not because you're not qualified for it, but because the planner didn't even know about you. The more specific you can be in your profile with descriptors like downtown or natural light or near public transportation, the more likely you are to show in the right results than receiving the right types of business. This is yet another reason it's more important than ever to ensure that you have fully completed profiles that are updated with your latest and greatest.
But planners are challenging us to go beyond the traditional way of searching for the perfect venue or destination, driven not by wishful thinking about the future, but by how planners are starting to use AI chat-based platforms. You see, we've been told by a variety of planners that they're experimenting with these new platforms, asking it for recommendations and information about you.
And while planners are enjoying that kind of experience, they're ultimately left unsatisfied because those AI platforms are missing 2 key components. Their data isn't as complete, accurate, or up-to-date as the content we have on the Cvent Supplier Network. Secondly, there's no way to take that information and act on it. We've been hard at work on the next generation solution for those planners and lay the foundation to extend your targeting criteria into this new experience. For our final announcement, next month we're launching a limited closed beta for a new solution powered by Cvent IQ, which will be a chat-based recommendations workflow combining the power of ChatGPT and the technology and content of the Cvent Supplier Network.
For the first time, planners can ask for more abstract recommendations like popular West Coast oceanfront hotels.
Let's break down what's happening here. Popular. We can determine this by looking at the venues that have received the most RFPs, something that only the Cvent Supplier Network can provide insight to. Then, for West Coast oceanfront, we leverage AI to help us understand what that means. And for hotels, we narrow down the results to hotels we have in our database with an extra boost for diamond listings.
Lauren, let's try one more. How about historic venues with a modern twist in New York City?
Now we've taken historic venues in our database and leveraged AI to help us understand what modern twist means. And of course, we've limited those recommendations to just New York City.
We're building out our own recommendations engine using our proprietary data and your targeting criteria, so planners can ask questions like, most popular luxury hotels in Chicago, or venues my coworkers use when going to Amsterdam, and even best hotels for certain industry like pharma. And the options for planners to find you now are infinite.
Like Jim said, AI isn't the future. AI is now. And planners are demanding we help lead this evolution. The Cvent Supplier Network was not built by Cvent alone, but with the ideas, collaboration, and desires from our valued customers, many of you in this room. As we advance to the next step in group sourcing, we're committed to evolve with you in mind. If you'd like to see this new platform prototype and much, much more, please visit us in the Innovation Pavilion. And with that, we'll hand it over to Tony and Jalid to help you take these inbound leads into awarded business. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
So far, we've explored both prospecting and marketing strategies for your hotel venue or CVB. But these efforts, we all know, work stronger when backed by two ingredients: a digital presence that drives action, and quick responses that show planners you're ready and able to deliver. Your sales and marketing teams are busy, but we are finally at a point with AI and digital-rich content where technology can really do the heavy lifting for you.
You nailed it, Jalid. It's no secret you're being asked to do more than ever. Fortunately, AI can help you stay competitive and boost productivity. We're going to share how Cvent IQ is helping us transform group bookings with digital experiences that spark planners' imaginations and AI-driven solutions that slash response times. Also, you can focus on what really matters: building relationships that grow your business.
Okay, so we all know that frustration of reviewing an RFP only to realize the space won't work. But have you thought about it from a meeting planner's perspective? How easy is it for them to get a sense of how the meeting, their meeting, will work and flow at your property? The reality is, planners expect more than basic floor plans. They tell us a huge challenge when sourcing is understanding how an event space will meet their needs. And before you know it, AI agents will be relying on this content to serve up recommendations. So 3D content is not just a luxury anymore. It's essential for even being considered. In fact, 31% of surveyed planners say 3D virtual tours are their top influencer when sending an RFP. This is not just a trend, it's a movement, and we're all in. We're bringing your virtual tour content, powered by Matterport and Visiting Media, front and center on your Cvent profiles. This brings your venue to life before the planner even steps on site.
That's right, Jalid. Planners struggle to visualize the entire footprint of your venue today. They can see the meeting space vividly with Cvent's 3D tools, but they can't see how far your ballroom is from your breakouts, or your breakouts from those all-important bathrooms. That's where Matterport comes in, and here it is on our supplier network. Think of it like Google Street View, but for your property. Now, Cvent planners have the ability to see your entire venue in 3D. They can take a virtual walk through your pre-function spaces using Matterport before diving into meeting rooms using Cvent's 3D diagrams, where they can bring their vision to life. Planners are more engaged, more excited, and best of all, they already have a head start on designing their event at your venue. And we believe planners are going to be diagramming during their search more than ever because we know an empty room doesn't bring to life a meeting. Introducing Cvent IQ for the 3D event designer. Using the power of AI, planners can describe their ideal setup in their own words, just like they would with your event coordinator. And in seconds, they'll see a perfectly scaled 3D layout of their event. It's fast and intuitive for planners, and it helps you get better qualified RFPs and higher conversion rates for your venue.
I know what many of you might be thinking right now. Is this really that important? While this content is great, it's beautiful, is it mission critical if I'm not a major convention hotel or I get a ton of repeat business? And the answer is yes, it is. And I'll let the data convince you as to why. 44% of planner organizations sourcing on Cvent are new. And a quarter of the people sourcing from the companies you already know are new. And when we couple that with what Jim mentioned, that 70% of our planner survey respondents are millennial or Gen Z, AI will be changing sourcing like we have never seen. And so your digital presence is your presence. So I hope at this point you're convinced that investing in 3D-rich meeting content is truly table stakes for being considered for high-value RFPs. But remember, I said there were two ingredients: getting noticed and then responding quickly. Well, like any recipe, it's not just about the ingredients, but how they come together. And proposal management is not just about fast responses. It's about layering in that wow factor that makes a planner choose you. Last year, 46% of CSN RFPs got responses within 24 hours. But with AI transforming the industry, fast responses are simply the norm. Winning a proposal needs both speed and impact, and these next updates will help you deliver lightning-fast responses crafted easily to win the business.
Exactly, Julie. And the first step to delivering a fast, strategic response is understanding which RFP to prioritize. That's where our redesigned RFP insights come in. Cvent puts the most important decision-making details right up front, like how long a proposal might take to build and whether your venue can meet the event's needs. With this snapshot, you can make smarter bidding decisions and move faster when it counts. And once you've identified that right RFP, the next step is crafting a standout proposal, fast. So let's say an RFP comes into your venue for a major conference. It's for 2,000 attendees, it's for both the space and the room nights. It's a huge opportunity. But along with all the standard details asked in a Cvent RFP, this planner has included dozens of custom questions about sustainability practices, billing processes, catering, more. I already don't want to respond to that RFP. Answering all of that manually will take hours. But that's where Response Assistant, powered by Cvent IQ, comes in. It uses all of your content in Cvent to generate smart, personalized answers to those questions and fills them out with a single click. What used to take hours is now done in minutes. And this isn't just an idea. This tool is available right now as part of our group pipeline intelligence solution, and it's already helping hundreds of hotels handle this exact challenge every day. Now, we're excited to take Response Assistant a step further by tackling everyone's other favorite part of proposals, assigning meeting rooms. We hear you loud and clear. Assigning meeting rooms is a pain. So in Q3, Response Assistant, with the help of AI, will allow you to import rooms from your sales and catering system right into your Cvent proposal, all with a click of a mouse. And it's smart. So it can auto-suggest meeting rooms based on the event requirements and your proposal history. So you can let it do the brainstorming for you. Again, what might have taken hours previously, it'll now take minutes. And we're not stopping there. In the future, Response Assistant will generate your entire proposal for you in a single click, and then review it to ensure it reflects your unique tone and speaks directly to the priorities the planner outlined in their RFP. Wow. What are sales teams going to do with all that time, Jalid?
Happy hour, Tony. Just kidding, kind of. We all know creating proposals is just the beginning of closing a deal. There are still plenty of details to clarify, negotiate, and align on before the business is finally awarded. And a big ask from our planners is being able to communicate and track these conversations in just one single system. And that's why we're overhauling our messaging capabilities to make it even easier to stay connected with planners the way they want to stay connected. So now you'll see full conversations in one place, and these messages will come straight into your inbox and record directly into the Cvent system. It's really that effortless dialogue that you've all been craving since the adoption of online RFPs. And it's a seamless way for you to stay connected with that planner and help put that RFP in your pocket.
We know managing group business often means using multiple systems, but that shouldn't create extra work for you. And that's why we're investing in integrations that make everything in our ecosystem work better together. We've leveled up the amount of content partners can send into Cvent proposals. Now meeting room assignments, answers to questions, detailed pricing, and more can be sent to Cvent from your other systems, reducing the time your team spends writing proposals and giving it back to them to spend on closing those deals.
And we're making all of these features like RFP Assistant, Response Assistant, and messaging accessible directly in your preferred systems where you're actually working. So less switching between applications like Delphi or other CRMs, just a cleaner experience.
We're cleaning up the Cvent experience too, and connecting all of our solutions together. You asked for us to build a single platform you can work on, and this year, we're delivering. You'll see a new look and feel roll out across Cvent, starting with our supplier network. In addition to looking more modern, all of Cvent's solutions will be available in a single menu, meaning you'll be able to jump from supplier network to passkey to diagramming or any other Cvent product with just a single click. This consistency and connectivity will make our platform easier to learn and navigate, and we're excited to share that this will start rolling out in Q3 as well.
Okay, so let's wrap up what we just reviewed. We just saw a powerhouse suite of solutions that enhance the way you bring your spaces to life and help you combine both speed and strategy to boost your group business bookings. And then our investments in better integrations and a simpler design mean you have more time to be where you shine with your customers.
Now, we're going to hand it over to Doug and Erica to take us through the final event lifecycle stage, managing your business. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. And welcome, everyone. This is such an exciting time for event diagramming, and I want to kick it off by welcoming Prism to the Cvent family. Right? Formerly all-seated, Cvent recently acquired Prism, a global leader in 3D event design technology, bringing thousands of planners to the Cvent network. This just highlights our continued investment in this space, and I can't wait to see these two products come together to form an even stronger diagramming solution.
But today, we're going to focus on what Cvent Event Diagramming is doing to help you work smarter, not harder. Let's dive into operational efficiency.
In the world of event diagramming, everything starts with the banquet event order, the BEO.
But let's face it, manually entering details from the BEO into the diagramming tool is time-consuming and prone to errors. And when the same data is needed for both catering and sales solutions and event diagramming, redundancy becomes a real issue. Talk about double the work.
Exactly. Our goal is to make your life easier. We've already partnered with several sales and catering providers to build out integrations available to many of you in the room, including Hyatt, Omni, and Lowe's, but this isn't yet applicable for everyone. To solve for this, we've created a new feature where your event diagram is created for you directly from your BEO.
Introducing the BEO Uploader powered by Cvent IQ.
All you have to do is simply drag and drop the BEO into the tool, and we'll extract key event details like event name, date, and time.
It reads session and property information directly from the BEO to automatically create your diagram, and also detects layouts and places objects, leaving you with a diagram ready for your finishing touches. Imagine that. Diagrams created instantly. Initial diagram creation will roll out later this year, followed by full layout capabilities in early 2026.
By transferring event details directly into Cvent event diagramming, we save you valuable time and minimize inconsistencies, ensuring that all event details are accurate and up to date. Get ready for a whole new level of efficiency with the BEO Uploader.
Continuing our commitment to enhance your event planning experience, we're thrilled to announce that 2 features focusing on operational efficiency are now live: the Diagram Assistant and Diagram Status Tracker.
In the hospitality industry, high turnover rates are a constant challenge, making it hard for events, caterings, and operations managers to get familiar with new tools. We know your time is valuable, and ramping up on any new product can be tough.
That's exactly what the Diagram Assistant is designed for, to simplify and speed up event setups in your diagram. By intelligently guiding users step by step, it eliminates the need for manual adjustments.
The Diagram Assistant detects your current diagram setup and offers relevant prompts based on your workflow. Whether it's entering a setup, numbering tables, changing linen colors, or adding collaborators, everything can be done quickly and easily, all in one place.
This is a game changer. It enables any user to create detailed, accurate, and visually appealing diagrams in seconds, making the process accessible to everyone, not just the experts. With intuitive guidance, the Diagram Assistant minimizes complexity and helps you focus on delivering exceptional events.
Combine this with the new Diagram Status Tracker, and you can ensure that everyone involved in your event is on the same page. Before now, there was no easy way to determine where a diagram was in the process, leading to confusion and time wasted.
This clear visibility not only enhances operational efficiency, but makes it incredibly easy to monitor changes and stay up to date on the progress of each diagram.
As you've seen, these new features help streamline the event planning process, making it more efficient and less prone to errors. And we have one more feature to help reduce those logistical headaches even further. Introducing our brand new personalized homepage. This acts as your central hub where you can manage everything all in one place.
Imagine having a calendar view that not only lists your events, but also provides insights and analytics on your usage. This view enhances operational efficiency by allowing you to see all your events happening at your venue, giving you valuable context about what else might be occurring simultaneously.
This organizational perspective empowers you to drive additional optimizations and increases your awareness of how your events are managed. With everything at your fingertips, this personalized homepage is your go-to resource for ensuring that both operational efficiency and collaboration are maximized.
It's the perfect way to keep track of your events and make informed decisions that benefit your entire team. We believe that these new tools and features will make it much easier for you to build accurate diagrams, collaborate effectively, and enhance the event planning experience.
You know, another crucial aspect that plays a significant role in your event success is managing room blocks. To take you through our latest innovations in room block management, let's give a warm welcome to Alexa and Chris.
All right. Well, thank you, Erica and Deb. In this section, we'll focus on managing group room blocks with Cvent Passkey, and we'll share the way we're improving the experience for 3 key personas: the hotel, the planner, and the guest.
Well, Chris, why don't we start with the persona right in this very room, the hotelier? our team has been on a mission to streamline the initial event setup process for the hotel.
Hotel reservation teams have always telling us they want a faster way to create passkey events. And we're thrilled to introduce now that they can now directly create an event directly from the event planner's Excel rooming list.
Especially for hotels that host smaller events, likely one of your first interactions with the planner is receiving a rooming list. So soon you'll be able to drag and drop that rooming list into Passkey, and our intelligent rooming list assistant, powered by Cvent IQ, will analyze and map the reservation data to the specific format and room types. Pretty cool, right? It automatically creates the event by forming the required block, so you don't have to plead with planners for a specific required format.
Then, once the reservations are in Passkey, the hotel can then transfer the reservations directly from the event into its own reservation system. This feature is designed to reduce the drudgery associated with rooming lists. And the benefit? Yeah, maybe some more selling time, but definitely an exceptional and improved experience for your guests. Solving the rooming list nightmare continues to be a priority for us. We want to make the solution available for any size hotel. But many hotels, especially boutique, luxury, or even focused service hotels, they tell us they just don't need all of the robust features that come with a full Passkey license. Also, they can't necessarily guarantee what their volume is going to be ahead of time.
So we've developed a simpler, more cost-effective version of Passkey.
Introducing Passkey Rooming List Essentials. With Rooming List Essentials, we've included key features such as the new event creation tool and the intelligent rooming list mapping tool for easy rooming list creation. And of course, there's seamless transfer of reservations directly into a hotel's existing reservation system. Now, it would be remiss of me also not to mention and highlight our brand new Opera Cloud OHIP interface. This is a game changer. Coming later this year, it opens up the seamless reservation exchange for a whole new group of hotels. Why? Minimal maintenance and no upfront fees from the PMS vendor.
By concentrating on these core capabilities and removing the booking site functionality, we've made Rooming List Essentials a more economical pay-as-you-go solution, empowering hotels with a smaller team or maybe a smaller mix of group business to focus on using the parts of Passkey that are most helpful for them. Okay, let's turn our attention over to the event planner. Collaboration between the hotel and the event planner, key to a successful event. This brings us to our Planner Portal redesign.
The new Planner Portal offers 24/7 real-time visibility into key metrics such as pickup and booking pace. The results ensure that planners can stay informed and make quick decisions.
Planners can also manage reservations, they can drop off their rooming lists, and later communicate directly with hotel staff via messaging. Chris, why is this update so crucial for hotels?
Well, enhanced collaboration ensures that the hotel and the planner are always aligned. This results in smooth execution and higher customer satisfaction. Event planners can now handle many tasks on their own. My favorite part, can you talk about self-service here? And they get the answers immediately that they're looking for without having to go back to the hotel. It reduces the back and forth communication that often burdens the hotel and distracts the meeting planning staff.
Okay, last but not least, we can't forget our guest. We're all in hospitality here, am I right?
Right.
Passkey's booking site is intended to provide a flexible and comprehensive guest experience when you're reserving your room. And the ultimate goal is to drive more ancillary revenue to your hotel. So today, we're going to introduce an even better Passkey booking site experience, adding satisfaction to more guests, and giving you more of that opportunity to increase that top line.
So, for multi-hotel events, we redesigned the existing hotel list page to feature new tile, list, and map view options. These allow guests to easily navigate and compare hotels. Additionally, we've improved hotel discoverability by adding several filters such as ratings, amenities, price, availability, and more. Altogether, we're making it easier for guests to find exactly what they're looking for.
This functionality is already live. I'm hoping everybody experienced it when booking their room for Connect this year. But there's more for us to modernize, and our booking site enhancements won't just benefit multi-hotel events. Soon, we will release a new look and feel to an individual hotel's room selection page. This will include an upgrade to our availability calendar and a better presentation for room-level amenities and descriptions. The design has also taken into account FTC regulations around resort fees and pricing transparency. We'll continue to ensure that our products give you the tools you need to comply with laws such as this one.
Also, as part of the room booking experience, I'm excited to highlight an integration we just released, rewards integration. Passkey is now allowing the ability for guests to authenticate into the hotel's rewards program and pre-populate not only their rewards number, but their contact information into their Passkey reservation. This helps streamline the booking process for the guest and more securely gets data from the group reservation to your hotel. This functionality is already live for MGM hotels and their guests. We look forward to having more chains adopting this integration soon, altogether enhancing the guest experience across the industry.
Integrations like this, they can have a downstream effect as well. If your reservation is now linked properly to your guest loyalty account, think how that helps facilitate better services like mobile check-in. Once that guest is on site, you provide them a smoother experience, you have less wait times at your front desk.
So, collectively, these enhancements bring together powerful tools for three groups: hoteliers, planners, and guests. Together, we're creating a seamless, efficient ecosystem for everyone involved. Thank you all for joining us. And now, let's bring back Jim to close us all out.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexa and Chris, and thank you to all of our presenters today. And I also want to recognize and thank the hundreds of Cventers out there who bring their passion every day to design and develop all the products that you saw here today. Give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. I know we just shared a lot with you today, and I want to summarize 3 key takeaways that we believe are going to help position us well for the future. Number 1 is bringing you a comprehensive set of tools to help you and your teams get their jobs done faster. Second is having one of the largest networks of meeting planners for you to collaborate with. And third, now with Cvent IQ for you to work smarter. We do have one more Cvent IQ powered thing to show you today to help you imagine what the future might look like and make sure that we're set up for success with those Gen Zs and millennials. And this is Cvent exploring and ideating how we might innovate with AI to evolve our future together. Take a look.
Hey, Cvent, what do I have going on today?
Good morning, Allie. These are items that need your attention. Where would you like to start?
Go ahead and send the message about the Parker room block.
The message is sent. What's next?
I'll review those 3 new planners.
Okay, pulling up planner profiles for you. Here are today's planner prospects with messages ready to send.
Can you include the new client promotion on this?
No problem. Attaching the promotion.
Looks good. Go ahead and send it out.
Message sent. Great progress. Would you like to review your new RFPs next?
Not right now. I'm heading into a meeting. Can you pull up my weekly team RFP report?
Certainly. Retrieving your report. Here's a summary of your team's RFP report for last week.
Thanks. Can you send a copy of this to everyone on my team?
Done.
So it's incredible to imagine what the future might look like, and there's so much opportunity and energy right now with AI, and we're just getting started. And we'd love to hear your ideas and your feedback, so please come to the Innovation Pavilion to share them with us where we have our AI demos set up today. I do want to thank you all for your time and so much for being here today. We do look forward to innovating and building the future together. And right before your break, to close us out right now, we have a powerful video to show that summarizes the Cvent IQ-powered capabilities that you saw here today. Thank you, and check it out.